My name is Jeff Sagnip.
Jeff, pleasure to meet you. Do you have a card?
I do. Maybe I can grab it for you when
Okay,
done.
that's fine. That's fine. You're legislative aide, congressional aide. I'm not sure.
Congressional aide.
A congressional aide. What? How closely do you interact with the congressman? What exactly do you do?
Well,
I'm sure a lot of people
I work
are
with
curious about that.
communications, right?
Okay.
So I meet with people from the public.
More or less the liaison.
Post office issues, yeah.
With the constituency. Okay. Are your duties pretty much keep you here, or do you travel to Washington, or is this pretty much home base for you?
Pretty much home base here, although I'm traveling to Washington going next week.
Okay. All right. And
sometimes I go.
I would assume then you stay in close contact with the you're always in contact, always.
Even here, down there. Or...
And he makes sure to keep you up to speed on everything that's going on, so you're able to.
I try to keep up with them. The topics change in a day. 5-6 times, but
I can imagine the email box must get filled pretty quickly.
It does.
Yeah. Okay.
Just back from vacation, and I had received 25 meg of email, which closed me down. So I was
oh my goodness,
getting through that.
Yeah, you can't get away for more than 5 minutes before you're suddenly bombarded. Did Congressman Smith read the Waxman-Markey bill before he voted on it?
He did. There were amendments going back and forth. Some amendments failed, some passed. It was a document in motion, but he tried to get through the entire thing before and as he was voting on the many amendments that were proposed. This sounds like an inquisition. You sound like an attorney, but you dress like a general. So I'm not
well, a colonel actually.
Oh, colonel.
If it were an inquisition, I'd have you on the rack. But as it is, it's a very comfortable, air-conditioned office. Just questions, because people do want to know. The volume of mail, I'm led to understand, actual mail, faxes, email, received by all three congressmen, Lobiondo, Smith, and Lance, was exceptional, certainly based on the anecdotal evidence I've received.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but there's a call that you need to take.
Okay. All right, I'll be with you, and I'll give you that card that you wanted.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm led to believe that your office received quite a volume of mail, and that volume of mail was overwhelmingly opposed to his voting on this bill. Is that correct? I'm an anonymous American patriot, and I mean, after what Joe the plumber went through, I'm sure you'll understand if I keep low on my identity. But my website is there.
I'm a little leery of, I can check on that, but I'm a little leery of having a conversation with an anonymous person who, I don't know. We received mail input from the public, which we passed on to the congressman.
Here's what I could do. I can show you my driver's license.
I'm not a state trooper.
I understand that, but it will prove who I am. I expect, however, that you will respect my identity.
Very, very good.
All right. A great deal of mail has been received on this, a great deal of it negative. Did the negatives outweigh the positives? Did you get more negative mail regarding this vote telling the congressman to vote no than you did telling him to vote yes?
I'll have to check. We got both sides.
Okay. All right. Can you give me any idea of the volume of mail you received, or you don't know that offhand?
I don't know that offhand, but it's probably measured in dozens.
What, in a nutshell, are the congressman's reasons for the vote that he made? If you could just, nutshell it for me.
Well, there is the there is a need to improve air quality in this country. New Jersey has already enacted certain standards that other states have not in this country. The standards are similar in this overall bill that New Jersey already has, and New Jersey is at a disadvantage. You know, we adhere to certain rules and environmental standards in terms of air quality and water quality and others that states upland, say, in the Midwestern part of the country where our air flows, these states do not have the same standards. So thereby where we are making an effort to control pollution, particularly in the future as we progress, the states that from where the winds blow air over our state are not held to the same standard. So you know that's one of the reasons to encourage and phase in improvements similar to how lead was removed from our gasoline cars. The federal government took some actions, phased it in, and the lead, the neurological problems that we had seen caused, and particularly susceptible, or to which children are particularly susceptible.
Paraguayan Army's request for spraying subsidies.
Are there any Paraguayans here? No? Well, of course, their request for subsidies was not Paraguayan, as it were. The United States government would never have, if the president, our president, had not, and as far as I know, that's the way it'll always be. Is that clear?
When you say air quality, air quality and pollution, I assume you're referring to effluents such as sulfur dioxide and things like that.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Well, CO2. So, am I to assume then the congressman believes CO2 to be a pollutant?
Well, the CO2 in large quantities can affect air quality, silicon sulfur dioxide, and there are ways, technologies, some yet to be finalized, but scrubbers and
Good afternoon,
different
Congressman
technologies
Smith's
that can
office.
be used to improve air quality
My name is Kate.
over a period of
Hi.
time, which is what this bill
So
does.
so Waxman Markey is not directed just at controlling carbon dioxide. Its intention is to
Well,
also control other effluents.
I have
I'm a
Mary
little
on the phone
confused.
for you.
What is it primarily Waxman Markey is trying
It's
to
primarily
accomplish?
trying to phase in between now and 2020 improvements in the air quality that we breathe, that is measured by EPA, and that's, I guess.
Do you mean basically reducing the quantity of carbon emitted into the atmosphere?
Reducing pollutants, not just a variety of pollutants.
So carbon is not its main target. There are a bunch of different pollutants that are targets as well. I'm not aware of any of this in
You know what?
Anywhere in the bill.
If it's the technical parts that, you're throwing a question after question after question. I mean, I'll try to get, what I want you to do, you've got my number and my email. I want you to get me the question.
Wait a
No,
minute.
you're throwing a lot of technical questions about different pollutants and what does what, and I would like to give you the answer that you deserve. So I'd like you to email, my personal email. Email me all these questions that you keep throwing and changing on me, and I'll do the best to respond.
Back up. I'm not
Yeah.
changing the question
No,
on you.
I
I'm trying to define
Right.
precisely
Okay.
what it is Waxman Markey seeks to
And
control.
we're going to do that. We're going to do that for you. When you I encourage you to write a letter to me or to address it to the congressman, and you'll get your response.
Does Congressman Smith believe that man-made carbon emissions are a main contributor to the warming of this planet? Could you answer that question?
If that is one of the questions that you would like a formal answer, I invite you to my personal email me, my personal email. Contact me, put it in the letter, or send it here, and which is the common thing for people to do.